Alright, welcome on in everyone to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today we're going to take a look at Seneca Waterways 397 out of New York. This council was actually formed in 2009 as a merger of Finger Lakes and Otetiana. We've got the first issue on the table. It is the S1 with its orange border, blue background, yellow fleur-de-lis, and orange name. This was obviously intended to be the standard uniform issue CSP. It does have the Scout Stuff plastic backing for the S1. I would assume either at the same time or just afterwards they also produced their second CSP, which is really kind of to commemorate those initial members. It's always, I think, tricky in the categorization of CSPs. I'm sure it's always a challenge for the authors of collecting guides on ordering CSPs. There were fewer, but still a lot, made of this SA2 charter member CSP, and what seems to have been generally the case is where multiple CSPs were produced at the same time. They're generally going to list the first one as to be the higher production number, and then if there are limited issues released at the same time, those then become, in this case, SA2 or 3 or 4, etc. It does seem to be what was followed here. I would assume these were probably produced at the same time at the beginning of the council. These don't have production date stickers on the back, so we don't have exact information. Stitching looks fairly similar between the two, maybe a little bit different on how that boat appears next to the waterway, etc. They both have, again, similar Scout Stuff backing. National BSA Supply Division. So construction looks fairly similar. Colors used look fairly similar. Usually if something tries to be reproduced much later, the colors don't really match as well because they're trying to match something from previous. But there you have the first two. The next ones were Friends of Scouting patches, the SA3, SA4. We don't happen to have those. They did come back with this similar style design for their next regular issue, which ends up being the S7, commemorating from 1910 to 2010. It's just done in silver mylar. So I thought it was cool we had that. So I thought I would show you as well. This one has the BSA 2010 plastic backing on the S7, but it is very similar, obviously, in nature for its style to the first two that were produced with the first issue S1 and then the SA2. Well, there you have the first CSPs for Seneca Waterways 397 out of New York. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. We'll be back again tomorrow with another brand new episode of First CSP. Until then, thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.